I don't know. Okay, I'm live. What the hell? I am here, and today is Tuesday, the 2nd of July. So June just went, whoosh, but it was a great month. I have to tell you that. If anybody comes on here, I mean, June was a great month for me. It was my favorite month, I think, in a very, very long time. Hi, Kiko. I think since my son was born, which was in 1977, and my birthday then, of course, I was so happy because he was there. But hi, Mar. Hi, Verity. Hi, Eric. Love from Culver City. All right. Don't forget to tell me where you're from if you hear me. Can you hear me? Can you guys all hear me? Rather be in Maui. Amen on that. Everyone, don't forget to like and the live. Like the live as thank you as you come in. It helps with the notifications out. Thank you. Hey, Kevin. Hi. And DT Adrian from England. All right. Good. You can hear me. Okay. Thank you, Verdi. Nanya, never in, always against. From Minneapolis. I love that. Hi, DT. You can hear me. Good. Good. Here. I got it. Thank you. And Lottie's Lore, hey, from New Zealand. All right. And Henna Catalyst from Austin, Texas, too. I think Jay is there in Austin, Texas. I think he's been there protesting. But I know there's, I think, Pearl Snappy. I think she's in Austin, Texas, right? Anyway, there's quite a few critics, I think. What tea are you drinking? Why? Why are you saying that? Good morning from UK, Tori, mods, and everyone here. Nice. Why are you saying that, Tartan? No, that's not you. Who said that? DT. Okay. I smile every time you smile at my screen name. That you appreciate it. I do. I really do. I like that. I like a lot of the screen names. They're really great. So is Selfless Self. That's right. He's also in Austin, Texas. Yeah. Yeah, you guys really kicked ass with that last, I think it was a grand opening or something, the IAS thing. You had some big event. Pearl Snappy, that's right. I love that name. That's a good name, too. My friend and I, when we were in Scientology, we used to always tease each other. We'd say, don't forget to wear your prom dress and your pearls, to an event, right? We were always goofing around. Okay, F Scientology. Yep, CMBR. Okay, and Mercury Gold. Cool. Hi, Mercury Gold. I heard you had an interview with Dodge, right? You met him. Anyway, that's what I heard. Tori, you look beautiful tonight. Can I be proud of you? Can I be proud of you all the way from Kentucky? You can. Yes, and thank you. I hope to go to Kentucky one time. I think I've driven through it, but I haven't ever gotten to really visit there. And Shade Tree Mechanic, I saw you earlier. I love your chats and how the evening's going. It's going well. It's going very well. Pearl Snappy drives me to the Scientology protests in Austin, so I won't get followed by those creeps. She's awesome. Okay, thank you, DT. So now, what was it you said earlier that you asked me, DT, what tea are you drinking? Oh, I don't drink tea. I drink coffee. I'm a coffee girl and carbonated water. I love carbonated water, even though it's supposed to not be good for you, but I don't care. I'm too old. Doesn't matter. I got this old, so I'm okay. I'm just eating and drinking what I want. I can't believe it's this late already. Yeah, I know. It's already, 11:44. Time marches on. I used to post on ARS, which was the original alt religion Scientology, and I would always post, time marches on, don't miss it. Life marches on, don't miss it. I can't wait to be old. I know, it's fun. It actually is. It was really surprising to me and my brothers. I told you, we were all three of us were like, wow, this is different. Because somehow like I said, I've said this before, when we grew up, I don't know about you guys, but when we grew up, 50 was like a really big time. They had, these big parties for people who turned 50 and lived through it and stuff like that. So for me, it was nothing. It was like, okay, I turned 50. I mean, it was kind of awful because of the Scientology shit that happened when I turned 50 for me, because it was really creepy what they did. But it didn't have to do with being 50. It just had to do with their creepy company called Body Balance for Performance, if anyone wonders. And it used to be called, the original one was Survival Strategies. Shade Tree Mechanic. It's 12:44 here. Yeah. Oh, it's 12. So it's an hour later there. All right. In Albuquerque. Right. And I am going to Santa Fe in September. So that'll be fun. Hi, love it. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I was telling Lovett earlier, I was watching the best of American Idol, like all the winners for 2024. And boy, there were some amazing people. They really were. Never in, always against. I love it. Yeah, nice. Hey, Tori, love the purple. Thank you. Yeah, I know. It looks good with this lighting. I mean, my new camera and the lighting, and these are my new earrings that someone sent me. Aren't they pretty? I don't know if you can see them that well. I don't think you can, really. Let me see. I don't think you can really see them. They're really pretty. There's one side, and here's the other side. Anyway, they're pretty. And Lovett gave me some beautiful earrings, too. And now I got a really pretty blouse somebody sent me that's going to be perfect with your earrings. So that'll be fun. One night I'll wear them. Isn't it funny when you're same age as old as people? Isn't it funny when I think you mean you are the same age as old people? I guess you can just call me Nanya if you want. No. I like calling you never in, always against. That's too classic. I can call you Nanya if you don't want me to say the other one, but I love, there's just something about that. It's just really great. Kelly, you too fan. Do I see purple nail polish too? You do. It's my birthday. It was for my birthday. I had purple. I bought a purple top and I was like all purple. Very pretty. Looks like agate. Okay. Tori's always pretty. Thank you. Like I said, my mom would be so happy to hear that. If you're listening. So glad to make it live from Colorado. Me too. I just talked to someone from Colorado on the phone. Cornelius. Ooh, that's a cool name. Tori's always pretty. Thank you. Becca. So glad to make a live from Colorado. Wow, another person from Colorado. Cool. All right. Good evening, beautiful Tori. Hope you're having a blessed day. I am, Arlene. I am. It's been just a great month. All of June was fantastic, and now it's July. So there you go. And then in September, I'll go see my brother, who I haven't seen in 50 years. So that's going to be something. I mean, we talk on the phone all the time, so we've kind of caught up because we hadn't talked in so long. No, wait, this is Janet. Let's see, what did she say? No one could really grow old if they live by Tori's philosophy of life. True. It is. Tori, you need your matching hair clip. Oh, that's right. No, but it's orange. No. That's for when I wear an orange top. Different clip. I got it. I have it out there. Love your hair. Did you get a trim? I did. The purple is perfect. I did. I got it trimmed, and this is how it looks, but then you can't see my earrings, but that's how it looks. And he never has the clip in it. He always has it just straight down, but I like it like this. It's more me. It's my thing. But thank you for getting me that hair clip. Love it. Okay, here's DT. Tori, what was the demographic of members when you were in Scientology? Was it predominantly white? Was the founder of Scientology racist? Yes, he was racist, and I think Miscavige still is. It was predominantly white. I kept always trying to get them to get, because I was selling jewelry around LA. So I met a lot of wonderful Black people. And I'd say, why don't you bring some of these people here? Because I'd go to their homes and they had really nice homes. They had plenty of money. Because at first they were like, well, I don't have any money. And I said, that's not true at all. That is just bullshit. And I'd say, these people have plenty of money and they have great connections too. It took them a while to catch it, like maybe 30 years, but they finally have tried to get a few more from other, other cultures in. But, now the word's out. So too late, Scientology. You should have done it when you could have. You look the same as old videos. Your great soul shines through. Okay. All right. That's kind of amazing because I look, well, sometimes I did 50 years. Wow. Yeah, I know. We hadn't talked in a long time. He was very, it's too long a story, but his road or the highway, my way or the highway. And I was like, I'll take the highway. See ya. And we didn't click. My other brother and I are really close. David and I are really close. Paul and I weren't for a long time. And then he changed and we've become really good friends. And he's called me, which is a thing to teach anyone that, you can think, nah, I don't talk to this relative. I never will. And that's what I thought too. But then all he did was call me and say, Merry Christmas or Happy Thanksgiving. And I was like, well, that's different. I said, okay, thank you. And then he called me at Christmas and said, Merry Christmas. I said, okay, thank you. And then I started saying, well, how are you doing? And he had to get a hip replacement. And I did too. And he got his. And I was like, I just don't want to do it. I really don't. And then he became my big brother. He had never been really my big brother for me, I didn't think. But then he became my big brother and he started calling me every day and giving me suggestions and making sure I got it done. And anyway, we've become really good friends. It's great. I saw the interview of you and you look beautiful as you do today. Wow. All right. Thank you, Marloka. And Adrian. Wow, 50 years. I bet you're really looking forward to seeing your brother then. I am. I also would really like to see my other brother, David, too. He's going on a 6-week tour all around the Netherlands and, Europe and Israel and Ibiza, Spain. And he's something else. He really is. David, I really, he's really a trip. He should really write a book because he's an amazing person and has an awesome story. I love how Tori is always drama free. I spent years in that drama. I know the drama. I know how it works. I worked with OSA where I didn't know that's what they were doing, but when I left, I found out that's all it, when I was opening those phony accounts, that's what Bill Yachty was using to get all this shit going. That's all he was doing. And once I realized that, I left about 2 days later. I was like, I did not get in Scientology to do this. No. Mm-mm. But people in, if you're watching this, because we realize, now that people in do kind of watch these different shows. And I try to keep mine drama free because I know that the Office of Special Affairs wins every time there's an us versus them. That's that's their second goal. The first one is just keep it off of anything having to do with L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology, David Miscavige, that they don't want known. And they don't want you to know. So it's interesting because, there's many, many books out there. The easiest one for me to get educated on it, if you're in and you have access to any kind of an internet, go to this website right there, www.xcnu.net. The gentleman who made that was never in. He lives in Norway, or he lived in Norway. He just passed away this year. But he started going around the internet because he was a computer geek and he started finding this thing here and this thing there and something else there. And, and he read Scientology's side of it and the negative. And he thought, wow, there's tons of Scientology stuff, but there's really nothing with a compiled information about what they won't tell you. So he created Xenu.net, or Operation Clambake, as he calls it, or called it. I think it's still named that. But anyway, it has fabulous information in it because it's real factual information. And it has some personal stories also. Okay, so now I'm looking at, there's some starred ones. Okay, there's that. Okay. City of Angels. Hi, Tori, it's me. Carlos, hi. I didn't know you were City of Angels. Good to see you. That's fun. I get to see him a bunch because he lives near one of my friends. That's fun. Hi, Carlos. Gives me hope for the future that I may make up with my sister. Exactly. That's why I tell people about my oldest brother, because, you usually think, and I did too, that's it. We're never going to be, close ever again. That's it. I mean, I really thought that. And what a change. And it's so much fun when you finally get back in touch with someone, because there's so much time that has gone by. And, we had all these things to compare notes, his life, my life. And he's like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. And I said, I know. And, me about him, it's just been fun. He wrote 5 books. He's a runner. He was a runner. Now he's a walker, but he used to run, and he wrote books. He's always been a writer. So he's written 5 books, and they're up on Amazon under Paul Christman. That's his name, Paul Christman. So anyway, he has great titles. I love his titles of his books. He's really funny. Gives me hope for the future that I may make up with your sister. Exactly. All right. And my dad's sister disappeared for 40 years. Then she got in contact with him, and we all met her when I was 26. They didn't know if she was alive or dead. Wow. That's intense. Well, that's wonderful. Thank you, Nanya. I love your dancing video and food fight. I know those are kind of popular. I love the Magoo dancing in Boston. I mean, Bunker surprised me because like I said, I thought he was filming Bob and Stacy. I really didn't think he was filming me. And you have to remember, I was only out for 2 weeks. So I really Scientology believes in communication. It's like, I would never say that now. I have to go to sleep. My thoughts for you. Thank you, Kevin. You sleep tight. And here's Eric. When did you start putting purple in your hair? When I turned 70. That was kind of my benchmark. I thought, this is too weird to be 70. I couldn't handle it. It's like 70? It just sounded like 150 years old for me. And I just thought, I got to do something. And there was the lady who I actually had lunch with yesterday with Andrew. And she just had short white hair and just a little sprig of purple in her hair. And she used to work out Andrew worked at the Egyptian, and their sister theater is the Aero Theater out in Santa Monica. So we would go out there for movies and stuff like that. He always included me, which was great. And she was a volunteer. So I would see her hair and I'd say, I love your hair. It's so pretty. So when I turned 70, I thought, could I just put a little streak in it? That's all I was going to do, is like her. But he said, I'm just going to have it kiss your cheeks. And that's kind of, see, it's just a little bit on this side and a little bit on that side. And I was only going to do it, like I said, for just a short time, but so many people like it, and I do too, that I just thought, I'm just going to keep it. And now I'm 77. Okay, so there you go. That answers that, Eric. We've been getting all the rain and high winds. We need the rain, but not fire hazard. True. Shade Tree Mechanic. That's a good nickname too. Okay, Verity. When you were volunteering for OSA, did your husband ever ask you what you were doing? No, because I just said, well, first of all, when I first started, did you ever discuss those activities? When I first started, I was in Clearwater, Florida, and that's where they said, you have to handle this. And it was like thousands. It felt like thousands. It was probably hundreds. But people were honking back and forth out in front of a flag going honk out Scientology, and they all had picket signs and all this stuff. And the guy said, Tori, you have to handle it. We can't, because we did come here on a lie. And that's the guy's whole spectrum, is they're liars, don't trust them. And so he said, so you have to go out there and handle them. So that was the beginning. And I did talk to Harold about that. But I didn't about the top secret thing. That was like, this is top secret. You can't tell anyone. And that they made it very clear. I had to sign the thing and everything. I'd have to pay $100,000 if I told anybody, including Miscavige or RTC or any of the top executives, anything. And it's sort of like when you're in, you don't know this shit goes on. You really don't. I didn't. I certainly didn't. But, this was my auditor who asked me to do it. And one of my, I thought then, a best friend ended up throwing me under the bus. Bill Yachty, if you're listening. And I'll remind you of that every time I say your name. But anyway, at the time, he was one of my best friends. And he just said, look, we need some help. I'm going to do all the work. I just need you to open these accounts. So I was like, okay, I can do that. Just thinking he always does good. He was an auditor. I thought, what's he going to do that's bad on the internet? Not knowing all the shit that went down. I had no idea. And once I found out, I left shortly after that. So I didn't really discuss any of that with him because I couldn't with anyone at all. I'll be 71 this month. I want to go spiked. Which would be easy as I'm taking chemo and hair is, starting to grow back now. Oh, you want to go spiked, like your hair spiked. I thought you meant like some kind of hiking spiking. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Okay, good. Yeah, do it. Do it. Definitely do it. What the heck? It'll look cute. It will. All right. So, hi, Holly. Can you watch your old videos with us? Can I watch your old videos with us? You mean like here now, play Magoo Dancing in Boston? I don't think so. Love it. You'd have to let me know. I don't know how to do that, but love it. You let me know if we can. Morning from Belgrade. Wow, it's 9 a.m. there. And here's Renee. Tori, I'm so happy to see another live. What are your favorite movies other than Truman Show? I have tons. You name it. Schindler's List, Dave. I don't know. I love The Holiday. I love The American President. I just love lots of movies. I just watched this huge series. I forget the name of it now, but anyway, I have a lot of movies that I like. Hi, Tori. Hi, Lily. Okay, in City of Angels. Hi, Tori. Just curious, why did you end up staying in Los Angeles, California? You like it here? I can't say as this is my favorite thing, but I got in Scientology, and I really, back then in 1969, 70, yes, I loved Scientology. I was very happy with it. This is a real hub for Scientology. Like a lot of the big, everything is here. You can go to all over the country and they have like a mission, or they might have an org. But here they have everything. They have ASHO, they have AO. I started at ASHO, which is actually a class, I think it's a class 6 org, I think. Anyway, but it's up there. You know what I mean? Because they had the briefing course. They used to. David Miscavige just got rid of it. But, and I liked LA. I did. I love the sun. I grew up in Chicago, which I love also. I love spring and I love fall in Chicago. Winter, it's okay, but it gets old really fast. And summer is just way too hot. Humidity, I hate. The mosquitoes, I hate. I lived in Clearwater for a while. That had humidity. I didn't like it. And I didn't like all the rednecks. I just felt like there were just way too many racist people there. And I apologize if you live in Florida, but it was weird for me. I'd never been around stuff like that, where it was just like people telling me who could move in our block and stuff like that. It's like, is this candid camera? Are you serious? You're talking to me? It was very weird. So, okay, love it. Tori Magoo, I'll find out how you can share videos. It would be fun to watch your older videos together. I guess. I don't know. To me, that seems a little unusual, but all right, you let me know. Yes, all right. If you guys want to do it, we'll do it. Tori, you're mother of this Scientology movement, and we love you. Aw, you're the mother. Aw, thank you. I sometimes I feel like it. I really do. But thank you. I love your nails today. I know they didn't really show up, right? But now they do. I've had them all month. I got them before my birthday. But comment, Mindy Wilkins has made us a video on the IRS form. Okay, good. Revoke Scientology tax exemption. She has pre-filed the forms. Please go to her channel. Takes 10 minutes. Spread the word. Okay, good. So can someone, because I can't copy that. I don't think. Oh, wait, maybe I can. Oh, let's see. Wait. Let's see if I can share it. Facebook, Gmail. Hang on. I'm just a second. I'll be right back. I apologize. Ooh, come on. All right, I'm almost there. The Gmail's coming up. This computer's a little slow. All right. Okay. Okay, there it is. StreamYard. Yeah, that's just coming up with StreamYard. Okay, forget it. Okay, there's the library. What am I doing? All right, I'm back. Forget it. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, love it. Yeah, please just send me a copy of it. And thank you. I will definitely pass it on. Okay, there you go. Thank you for that. And that's wonderful. That's good news. I'm just listening today as I'm busy cooking dinner for my mother-in-law for the week. Ooh, interesting. It's always interesting having family together, when you haven't been apart. One of my secrets of family is, I'll just tell you this. I don't know, do you have children or not? Well, anyway, I'll just tell this to everybody. If you're with your family and sometimes it gets kind of tense, that used to happen with my mother and her husband. My dad died and she remarried, and it used to always get really tense. But we had a son, and he was real bouncy and jumping around, and it would kind of drive them nuts. So this one time I went there and I thought, okay, I got to figure out a plan. And I did. And I came in and I said to my mom, look, here's the deal. We're going to take breaks like 3 times a day or more, whatever you want. But we're going to take a break for a half an hour, like morning, afternoon, night. So you can read, you can take a nap, you can watch TV, you can do whatever you want, and we'll do the same in our room. And it just changed our vacations together from just being kind of this like, it was just too much, to we really had a good time. So anyway, that's just a suggestion for people if you're in that situation. All right, now let's see. Holly, question. Tori, do you know why they've taken William Jason Jordan off outside security? And what would he be doing inside? I have no idea. I've been out for 24 years. I don't even know who William Jason Jordan is. I think he's the kid that they call Jason, but probably they don't want him talking to the critics. That's usually what happens. If he's been talking to him too much and it comes up in session or something that he's been hearing, then they go, okay, just keep him inside, for a while, and we'll get him away from the kids. Okay. No, Tori, we have no children, all by choice. Okay, there you go. Good. All right. And Tinker Mom, hi, Tori, it would have been so easy to just leave and never look back. The fact you care about helping people leave and others to never get caught up in Scientology is such a generous way to live your life. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tinker Mom. That means a lot to me, because I agree with you. I think it was a good choice, but every once in a while I think maybe I should have just gone and, done something else. But I kept thinking, what am I going to do that because I have 30 years of knowledge, you know what I mean? And back in the day when I left, which was in 2000, it was still kind of jumping. People were joining and stuff like that. You know, do you guys know I think I told you the Rosie O'Donnell story where they were trying to get her in? Let me know if you want to hear it or not. I think I've told most of you. But thank you, Tinker Mom. That means a lot to me. Eric, what was your day like when you left Scientology and when you were protesting? Okay, well, first of all, I said, what was my day like for me as a public? So as a public, I'm going to tell you that first. Generally, like after I gave birth to my son, well, when I first got in, it was like training. I was training all day long. That's what I was doing. Then I joined the Sea Org. So I was in the Sea Org for a brief time. Then they routed me out because of epilepsy and I had to get off my medicine. That was a nightmare. But once I got over that and I got married in 1974, and, you know, we both were on staff for a little while, non-Sea Org, but we were on staff. And then once I gave birth to my son, I kind of spent the first 5 years being with him, educating him. I wrote books for him. It was really a fun time. I had a wonderful time as a mom. And then I taught up at Apple School. And then after Apple School, I just started working, and I originally stole jewelry. So, you know, most public Scientologists work in the day. And then they're on course either at nights or on the weekend. So that's what I did. So there you go. And then on the I didn't want to be on course on the weekend, so I would be on course at night. And then on the weekend, I'd be with my husband and my son. So there you go. And what was it like? Now, let me ask your question again. A day like when you left Scientology and when you were protesting. Well, I started protesting right away, not by plan. I had called Stacy and said, I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to speak out. I'm not going to make videos. But like I said, between LAX and Tampa Airport, Scientology changed me from thinking they don't do fair game to I am 100% an activist to expose this stuff, because they picked on me and chased me and followed me and canceled my van. And they were at Chicago with my husband and a mob full of OSA people. And then they were in LA at Tampa Airport at 1:45 in the morning with the police, and the police were like, stand back. She has to pick. And there was a mob of Scientologists here, Stacy, Bob, and Jesse over there, who the day before were like big SPs to me. But now I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll go, you know, I had to pick. And I had been writing to David Miscavige for years saying, OT7 does not work. Please let me off of it. And I was 100 pounds overweight at the time, that's a lot of weight. If you don't know, it's 10-pound bags of potatoes. Okay, so he wouldn't let me off the level. So now I finally leave. I just leave Scientology. That was all my plan was. I was just going to leave Scientology. I wasn't going to speak out or do anything. But he kept, you know, they canceled my van, all this stuff, chased me across the country. And now I'm in the Tampa airport, and Penny Jones comes up and goes, Tori, I'm best friends with David Miscavige, and I can get a message to him tonight, whatever you want to say. And I say, really? You can get a message to him tonight? Well, here's what you can tell him. I pick them, you know, the SPs. It was like, F you. So that's what happened. And that was the beginning of it. So I did end up protesting with Stacy, Bob, and Jesse, and a bunch of critics were there and all kinds of stuff. So it was just a whole different thing. And people, because I had put my name and phone number up on the internet, thinking there were only 50 people on the internet. This was in 2000, and I had not been on the internet, and I really thought there's only 50 people. The only thing I'd really been on was ARS. And this little it was wasn't a news group. It was I don't know. It was a thing about Battlefield Earth. It was like a little thing that I got canceled. And so I'd been on there, and there were only like 25 people on there. So I figured, all right, there's 50 people on ARS. No big deal. I'll put my name up here and I'll be out of here. Not knowing people followed me all the way across the country who never knew, had nothing to do with Scientology. I mean, these people used to write me every day. They say, Tori, we are in like Montana or something. We're in an office. We followed them, chasing you all the way across the country. We every day turn on our computers to see what happened to Magoo today. And we just want you to know we support you. We love you. Because remember, Osa dove right on there and said, don't trust Tori. Don't trust Magoo. She's Osa. She's deep cover. She's all this other stuff. You know, it's like, come on, give me a break. But they bought it. Everybody bought it except Andreas. So for 24 hours, he was the only person that would stand by me. And then once I got to Clearwater, I had Andreas, Stacy, Bob, and Jesse. And then and Bob Minton was smart enough to say, look, nobody really knows your story. So here's my laptop. Start telling your story. And they left. So I'm in the bedroom and I'm like, what should I tell? And I thought, I know. The one story that I can never tell in Scientology, I'm going to tell. And I told, it was labeled Magoo's Worst Nightmare. And it was all about epilepsy. Because in Scientology, you can't even say the word epilepsy. If you say it, they go, ooh, wow, that's really horrible. Ooh. You know, it's just sort of like, I used to say, I can count on one hand the amount of people I can say the word epilepsy to, and they don't freak out about it. That was it. My husband, Ann Snyder, and, you know, a couple of other friends that I had. That was it. You know, I think Yachty at the time, because he was a friend, you know, and our auditor. But, you know, most people, they just couldn't handle it at all. Now I'm totally off on something. You got to tell me what I'm talking about. I forgot. What was I talking about? Love it. I forgot. Anyway, somewhere there was a question that somebody had. Oh, yeah, about me in the day. Eric asked about how it was like in the day and then protesting. And protesting was freaky because, first of all, I wore those red horns. I wore those because I knew they would lie and say, oh, that's Tori. She's out handling those guys that are protesting, because I used to always be sent out to handle them. So I wore these red horns like, no, I'm not handling these guys. I'm with them, right? And so, you know, they started attacking me, and Mary DeMoss started really saying some shit that really pissed me off. So I wrote that up to RTC, and I said, either tell her to stop talking to me about this at all, and it had to do with my son, but I just didn't want him dragged into this. I said, either have her stop mentioning my son, or I am going to go to the media, and believe me, you don't want that. And they talked to her, and that was it. She never said anything more about it, because she was saying really shitty stuff that was just not true and creepy. You know, sometimes these Scientologists, I never did that when I was in. I just never did. I just went out and talked to people like I talked to you guys. So it was just sort of like, because I always felt like, well, Stacy said to me, she said, never say anything on the internet that you don't want to see on the front page of the New York Times tomorrow. And that's a really good lesson to learn, because people get behind their keyboard and they think, you know what I mean? But then years later, people bring it up and they're like, did I really say that? You know, so make sure you know what you're saying when you say it. But anyway, that's part of it. It's you know, I've made a million videos, so you can watch the videos and see what happened, you know, during my life, you know, moving on. But I helped a lot of people because my phone number was up there. So people called me almost day and night. I was helping people either wake up and get out, or their families, what's happening with their children, you know, that kind of thing. So that was it. Okay, Cat was from Australia. Hi again, Tori. Highest respects to you always. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It does. Yes, to Rosie O'Donnell's story, Holly. Okay, I will. I mean, I've told it before, but it's a good story, and I can tell it pretty quick. Is on-course hours of reading, etc. It's different things. You know, it's sort of like you're training, like I was training to be an auditor. So at first, you're reading certain bulletins. It has a check sheet. Scientology works on check sheets. So a check sheet is like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to like, let's say 50. And you have to do 50 things. So each thing that once you're done, you sign it off. You sign it off. You sign it off. Usually you twin up with someone and they have to check you out on stuff. Like, let's say you do a paragraph and you go, okay, I got it. They go, all right, well, let me check it out on it. Oh, so what does blah mean? And you have to tell them. And if you have it right, good, pass. If you don't, flunk. Here, go find the words that you didn't understand in that. They always have words. They're really big on words. Okay, so now I'm going to tell the Rosie O'Donnell story so that we get this done. I was watching TV when Rosie O'Donnell had her TV show. And all of a sudden I think Tom Cruise was on there. And you could see he was going for getting her in. And I called up my friend and I called Spanky. And I said, because she's been in the entertainment industry. And I said, you know what? They're getting her. They're getting her. And they had already, Tony Ortega had done a front page article about me called Sympathy for the Devil, meaning Andreas being the devil. And it's a really good article. And it's online. You can type it up and Google it. It's from the New Times LA, Sympathy for the Devil by Tony Ortega. So we sent her that magazine. Spanky sent it to her. And she called me that night, she emailed me and she said, Magoo, this is Roro. And of course, this was early 2000s. And I'm like, how do I know it's Roro? This could be Osa, pretending to be Osa. I really was so paranoid back then. So I said to her, how do I know it's you? You could be Scientology pretending to be it's you. Here's my phone number. Call me. And she called me on this phone. This little phone. I had it. And she called me. And we talked for about an hour. And the next night, she called me back and she said, thank God I talked to you. Because they told me they were doing a charity event. And they invited me. I went, falling for it. They ended up, I was in a huge ballroom in the corner with all surrounded by Sea Org. And they were like pitching $1 million that I needed to donate. And Tori, I would have given it to them had I not talked to you. And she said, I am so mad now. I'm going to do a television show about it. And I said, okay, what do your friends say and your family? And she said, they all say, don't do it. And I said, okay, they're right. Because they will come after you. You'll never hear the end of it. You'd be much smarter to just use the knowledge that I'm going to give you. I'll send you some things that you can pass on to them, like Xenu.net, stuff like that, where they can educate themselves about it. And you can just say, look, don't get into it. These guys are bad news. You've got to learn the other side. So anyway, she was happy with that. And that's the Rosie O'Donnell story. So there you go. And I hope you like it. Sorry. Hi, Tori. Love from Canada. All right. Thank you, Sharon. Okay. Mix Mandy McGee. All right. There you go. I don't know what MX is. Tell me what that is. Story time. Yes, please. Okay. There you go. I told you. I heard Rosie O'Donnell has an 11-year-old daughter with autism like me that has high functioning autism. I follow her on Instagram and TikTok, and I found that out. Good. Well, good, Eric. I mean, I'm sure it helps her to know you, to have you as a follower. Look, this is my new bra. I got these new bras and they're different colors. I'm into color, as you can tell. So anyway, that's just fun. That just popped out, so I had to show you. That's good though, Eric. I'm really glad for both of you, because I know it always helps to be able to share with someone else. And I'm glad you're on Instagram too. Alaska, the Rosie story was amazing. I'm sure she still remembers you and those phone calls. Yeah. You took those 30 years spent in the cult and turned it into a purpose. That alone is admirable. Thank you so much, Alaska. I appreciate you guys saying this stuff. I really do. Did you give birth while in Scientology? I did. And I had a silent birth too, which I know Sounds ridiculous and torturous, but one day I'll explain it because it's very specific. Tori the Awesome. Thank you, Keith. Grizzbliz. Okay, hi, Tori. Nice. All right, and Selma, complicated last name. I like that too. Good morning, Tori. Hi. I remember you told me your last name. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. That's right. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And everybody, please like. Hi, Tori from Seattle. Hey, Claire with an I. Nice. Hi, Tori and chat. Hermes. Hi. SP in a TARDIS? Hi, Tori. What does that mean in a TARDIS? I don't know that. B. Taylor. Hey, Tori and the good people of the chat. This is a good group of people. It really is. Thank you. And this is Love It. Mindy's video about removing tax exemption status for Scientology. Thank you. We've got to put that up every night, Mindy. I mean, love it. About Mindy's thing. Okay, Catching Alive. Tori is an ultimate night owl. I know. Excuse me. Oh, I have to have some water. And there you go. All right. So let me see. Okay. So good morning, Tori from Spain. Oh, that's where my brother's son is in Ibiza. Which part of Spain are you in, Patty? I really want to go to Spain. I do. It's really it's on my list. Tori, you have more subscribers than AA, Ron, and Natalie. No way. No way. I don't think that's true. Really? I don't think so. But thank you, Eaglewood. I'm happy with whoever I have here. Okay, so up Mayo. Catching Alive, Tori is the ultimate night owl. Okay, yeah, we already said that. There you go. I think we said everything. So does hey, Sophie, hi, from New Zealand. Can you tell us about the influence of Scientology on Hollywood? Yeah, see, there's the thing. Aaron has 240,000 subscribers. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I have more than he does. But maybe tonight, maybe that's what she was meaning, was how many are actually on the video. That's how many subscribers, and I have, I think, 25,000. So he has way more than I do on that. The influence of Scientology on Hollywood. I don't really think they have a lot of influence. I think they want you to think they have a lot of influence on Hollywood. But I know a lot of celebrities, and they don't like Scientology. I mean, the people that are trying to influence would be Tom Cruise. Travolta, not really. He isn't a pitcher of, someone who pitches Scientology. He doesn't. So it's mainly Tom Cruise. There are some other people that were celebrities, like Kirsty was. But a lot of people, because they don't like Scientology, they didn't have a big effect. I really don't think so. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. In their small circles, they may have big effects, but overall in Hollywood, no, not really. New goal, get more subs than Aaron. Yeah, everybody bring 5 people. You don't have to be a U.S. citizen to submit the IRS form. Good news. Good to know. Thank you for that. Oh my God, warn the Swifties about Tom Cruise. He's being deployed. What, you read that on a magazine or something? He is not. Okay, question. Also, why do you think Tom Cruise doesn't actively promote Scientology to the general public? He did for years. He did. It's just it has become, since Anonymous, which was in 2008, it became so, and the internet, it just became so kind of passe to be for Scientology. It was like, really? So he wants to be more known as Tom Cruise, the actor. And I respect that, because that's really what he should do. That's what he should put his concentration on, not Scientology. It's like Scientology is like the Titanic. So to put your name, which he is a big name, whether we like it or not, he is. And to put your name on the Titanic when you know it's going down. It's not like maybe it'll go down, maybe it'll make it. It's going down. It's already gone down. It's gone down a lot. And so he's not going to, that's why he's not saying it. Why would he? If they ever picked it up somewhere, you better believe Tom Cruise will be there going, I'm a Scientologist. But the chances of that are like this big, of Scientology really expanding. It's not going to happen because they won't change. If they would change their ways, just like a couple of other people out in the public that are being offensive to each other, if they would just go, you know what, let's just stop this. It's just stupid. Let's say to each other, we're sorry, we forgive each other, and go on and get back to what's important. And it's the same kind of with the church. If they would just go, look, L. Ron Hubbard wrote this stuff. We followed it for a long time, but we realized along the route, as people are leaving in droves, maybe there's something we're missing in this. And it would take a lot to say it, but it would be a big change. I've said it for years. If they got rid of saying it's a religion, because it's not, got rid of the huge prices that are way overflated, got rid of the upper OT levels, which, yes, it makes a lot of money, but it also keeps thousands of people from going in Scientology because it's too much money. And if they just concentrated on helping people and being a self-improvement group, I think they'd be one of the biggest self-improvement groups in the world. I really do. Because it's like if they really would go out and help people, but they don't. See, it's not geared for that. It's geared. Hubbard said, if you want to make money, start a religion. And he started he wrote Dianetics, but he soon after started Scientology, the Church of Scientology. And that was the end, really. So it's gone down, 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 down. But it's really, that's why Tom Cruise isn't putting his name on it. Let's see. Was that the one? How did you come up with the names for the fake accounts you set up for OSA? First of all, I only set up like 10 or 15 of them. And I have no idea. I think Yachty gave them to me and just said, just use, I don't know, whatever. And then, excuse me, no, after a while, that's right, I remember in Glendale, they decided we're not going to fly her around. They only flew me around for probably 10 or 15 accounts. And then they said, oh, wait a minute. We realized you don't have to fly around. You can just be in this apartment in Glendale, and here's a phone book. And just pick out a name in the phone book and call and, open an account with that. And I thought, I'm not going to do that. That's like identity theft. No. So what I would do is take the first name of somebody, the last name of another person, the first address, the numbers of an address and the numbers of another street, and put it all together, so it didn't ever trace back to anybody. But that's how I did it. And luckily I woke up. Oh my God, Warren this. Oh yeah, that's the thing. He's being deployed. Okay, now I think I answered this, Sophie. Why do you think Tom Cruise doesn't actively promote Scientology to the general public? He'd look like a knucklehead, and he doesn't want to. I was at Flag when he came out. They said, okay, Tom Cruise is at Flag. Don't say a word. Don't tell anyone. It's top secret. I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't really care. But then there's a mandatory meeting. Everyone has to be there. So we're all there, and Tom Cruise comes out. My name is Tom Cruise, and I am a trained class 4 auditor. And if I can get trained, you can get trained. And everyone's like, yay! And a bunch of my friends went outside and said, boy, somebody handled him, because he'd been very under the radar until then. But anyway, that be that. We may be fewer in number, but we are dedicated. It's exactly. And we're a good group of people. We're like a family. So I'm good on it. I'm fine. That's great. You don't have to be a citizen to fill out the form. That's right. Tom Cruise was probably passing out Way to Happiness pamphlets at the Taylor Swift camp concert. I doubt it. He's only dedicated around Miscavige. That's what I think. Miscavige is power, so he wants to be near that power, and vice versa. So that's it. He wouldn't do that at the concert. Okay, zero chance Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce become Scientologists. Yeah, I think let's hope and pray that's true. I think it is. Hi, Fluffer Squirrel. Hi, here you are. Hey, lovely people. Here she is from the UK. All right. I'm happy you're here. Thanks for coming on. And when Tom Cruise can beat Travis Kelce's ass, then maybe he can have a few girlfriend and recruit her. A new girlfriend. Yeah, I think he does have a new girlfriend, I heard. I don't know. Good morning. Hi, Doug from Clearwater. You missed all my stories about Clearwater. That's all right. They're all on videos on my site. You can go back and watch this one. This is on video. Look at my purple nails that nobody saw when I was on my birthday. Good morning, Doug from Clearwater. How is Clearwater? You could tell us. Go on, tell us. He's not going to tell us. Well, we had 185 people. Does anybody know how many likes we had? Hello. All right. I guess it's me and you. All right, Doug from Clearwater. Well, thank you for saying good morning. Thank you for coming by. I'm happy you live in Clearwater and I don't. I did live there. I lived in Largo and Brandon. Brandon is next to Tampa and Largo is next to Clearwater. It was a rough time. Okay, question. Do you think their PR is so bad because of how over the top and ridiculous their videos and how they talk? Yeah. And how they act. They're very like, we're better than you. From day one in 1969, they were in their military uniforms marching around. And I was like asking the executives soon after I was there, I'd say, couldn't you ask these guys to like smile and say hello? I mean, I was probably there for a year before I said this, but I did start saying it, and I said it for years. They should say hello. It's just good manners. You're walking down the street, somebody walks by, you say hello. They never do. So it is. Okay, 115. Well, that's good. Thank you, Fluffer Squirrel, UK. So that's what I think, Sophie. I think, yeah. And just what they do and how much money they are, and everything. It's everything they do that, I told them when I was in, you're creating your own enemies. Excuse me. Of course, they wouldn't listen to me. You know what I mean? And then I was out looking in the camera going, and David Miscavige, I warned you, you're creating your own enemies. And here I am, on the other side. That was in the Magoo dancing in Boston. I had that. Have a lovely night or day all. Thank you. Love it. And thank you for helping us. Doug from Clearwater. I actually live in Palm Harbor. Okay. But identify with Clearwater with the Scientologist. And I see him coming in and out at the new hotel on 19th and Gulf to Bay all the time. Wow. You got to tell Aaron that. Because I don't know if he knows that. Or Bunker. Tell Mark Bunker. Because I don't know if they know that that's where he is. They're always trying to find him. Okay, so See him coming in and out of a new hotel on 19th and Gulf to Bay. Wow, that's a long ways away. That's interesting. Kind of makes sense, but not really. Good morning from Europe, Tori, mods, and chat. Hi, Traveltology. Traveltology, all right. Only 127 likes. That's all right. Well, it's more than 100. That's all right. I'm fine. Shade Tree Mechanic, thank you for letting us know. It's an interesting name. I really like some of the nicknames that people have come up with. All right, so I think we're done. And I want to thank you all for coming. And I want to thank Sophie and Love It for helping. All right, so is there anything else? All right, so I'm going to say good night. Tomorrow is Wednesday, closer to the weekend. All right. Oh, yeah. And Thursday is 4th of July here in America. So that's a big time for the people that go to fireworks things and stuff. So thank you, Sophie. And thank you for your help. And thank you for coming by, all of you. And I'm going to end the stream. So I love you guys very much. All right. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye, Lottie.